Okay, so I've created a brand new, original, purely impromptu mentalism card trick. Now before I get on with the effect, I just want to mention that like most of my videos, you've noticed that I like to just show you a description of the performance first. And the reasoning behind that is I just want you to get, hopefully, a feel for how the trick can potentially impact the spectator. And on top of that, I'd just like to see your feedback based on the effect itself before I go on to the tutorial. So, I'll get on with the effect. And like I said, it's purely impromptu, so you have the spectator shuffle the cards. Whoops, off to a rough start here. Okay, have the spectator shuffle the deck as much as they like, and like I said, being impromptu, you can actually borrow a deck of cards if you want. And once the spectator's done shuffling, you can actually turn your back towards the spectator and not watch them shuffle the cards. And you're going to keep your back towards the spectator through most of the effect. And what you're going to ask them to do next is to cut the cards into 3 uneven piles, just random sized piles. Next, you ask the spectator to pick up the largest packet of the 3, and we're going to generate a random card to memorize. And to do this, we're going to simply ask the spectator to count quietly to themselves how many cards they have in their hand, so we can get a random 2-digit number. So they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So they have this random 2-digit number, 22 in this case. And we're doing this so there's no psychology involved. We just want a pure chance card that they're going to memorize. So, with the 2-digit number in mind, you ask the spectator to add the 2 digits together. So in this case, they add 22, the 2 digits in 22, which gives us 4, of course. And then you get the spectator to quietly and secretly deal off the amount of cards equal to the single digit that's in their mind right now. So 4 in this case, they deal 1, 2, 3, 4 onto any one of the 2 packets on the table. Now, they're then asked to peek at the card that they arrived at, and whatever value that card is, that is going to be their secret value that they're going to remember and memorize. So they have 7 in their mind. They're then told to turn the card back over and to pick up about half the cards from the other packet on the table and bury the evidence of whatever value they've peeked at. So they're remembering 7, and then you instruct the spectator to deal off their random value, secret value, onto any of the piles on the table to come up with a random suit. So in this case they're thinking 7, so they deal 7 on, let's say, this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're then asked to peek at the last card they dealt, and they see that the suit is a spade. So they secretly combine the spade with their value 7 in this case, so they've memorized the card 7 of spades. So they have that secretly in their mind. They're then asked to take the remaining cards, the remaining packet next to it, and bury the secret suit they've peeked at. So now they have the 7 of spades in their mind. The performer turns back around and says to the spectator that we're going to deal the cards, we're going to deal all of the cards into 5 or 7 piles. Now, you remind the spectator that it's a completely random generated card they have in their mind. Their card could be anywhere. It could be amongst the cards remaining in their hand. It could be in the packet, on the table. It could be anywhere. Now what you're going to do is you're going to deal all the cards, starting with a packet in your hand. So deal 5 or 7 piles, however many you like. So they deal, let's say, 6 piles, and they can deal the cards any way they wish and continue dealing with the remaining cards on the table. And they can actually shuffle the cards furthermore if they want. Not really that it's necessary, because I mean the thought of card could be anywhere anyways. But they deal the cards any way they wish, and keeping the piles as even as possible, but the piles don't have to be perfectly even. But just to go any way they want, deal like that, and then the performer simply looks through each pile and just briefly looks at the cards and feeling for any kind of impressions on what their thought of card might be. So they look through and they sense something, but they don't know, the performer isn't quite sure yet what the card could be. He only asks the spectator for one clue, and that only clue of what their thought of card could be is in what packet the thought of card is in. So the spectator is then to look through each packet for their thought of cards. So they're going to be looking for, of course, their secret 7 of spades. So they look through, and there the card is. So the spectator, of course, doesn't say anything about their card, just hands the packet that contains their thought of card to the performer. The performer simply looks through the cards, kind of scans through them briefly, and is then able to immediately pull out the thought of card and reveal it to the spectator without any question. It's that direct, and that should blow the customer away. And that's exactly how the trick works. That's how it looks, and it looks like that every time. So if you like the trick, I appreciate your thumb ups, and I'll do a tutorial as soon as I can. And of course, I appreciate any feedback. If you were genuinely fooled with this effect, please let me know. And if you have any ideas on possibly how this trick could be done, I like to hear that too. So your feedback and your thumb ups are very much appreciated. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next time.